Good morning. It's Lisa with Lisa Heal Yourself. And today I want to remind you that you cannot change what was done to you. You cannot change what happened. You cannot change what you did. You cannot change anything from the past. Many of us hold on long after months, years, decades, after these wounds have either been done to us or we've done, and we always hold this piece of regret. We feel sad for everything that we've lost. We feel sad for everything that somebody else did. We feel angry for things that shouldn't have happened, for things that weren't fair, that never should have happened. We blame others. We blame those who stood by. We blame those who loved us but couldn't save us. But mostly we blame ourselves. Could we have gone back? Could we have chose something different? What if we had have done something different? What if we had have done this? What if we had have done that? What if we could have made everything that came after it okay by changing something from the past, by making a different choice, by knowing a different piece of information? And so while we struggle to forgive the event, the person, the thing that happened, how senseless it was, how wrong, how unfair, we also mostly struggle to forgive ourselves for what we could have done, what we might have done, what we should have done. Right? We have this battle with ourselves constantly for decades, for as long as it takes. This shouldn't have happened. Maybe I could have done something different. And the regret, the unknown that we hang on to, that wish that we could go back and do it over, hangs over us and keeps us stuck. It keeps us sick. It keeps us unable to move forward now, to heal now, to be in our own presence, in our own body, now in our own life, living in the present moment. Because it's very hard to forgive mostly ourselves. It's hard to forgive that part of us that thinks maybe we could have done something different and changed the course of everything that happened. We feel a mix of anger, rage, sorrow, pain, guilt, regret, grief. And we continue to live our life as if we're in mourning for the life that we didn't get to choose, for the life that we didn't have, for the life that wasn't granted to us, for the life that we wanted, for the life that should have been, right? Instead, we got a life that never should have been. We got something that happened that never should have happened. And that should keeps us stuck, right? It keeps us forever accountable to that moment in time. But true healing starts with forgiveness of yourself and knowing, accepting, deep acceptance. And this acceptance doesn't come overnight. It's a deep work that you have to do every day to accept what is, to accept that it happened, to accept and forgive all the what ifs, to let go of all that pain that we hold on to. What if it shouldn't have happened? It's not fair. Can I go back and change this? That is what forgiveness truly is. Okay, forgiveness isn't about letting somebody off the hook. It's not about saying that you forgive something and then it's incongruent with how you really feel because you feel that person was wrong and you could never condone what happened or those values or whatever led to this. Forgiveness isn't about that. Forgiveness is about accepting what happened and your role in it and forgiving yourself. that even if you could have made a different choice, even if it was possible, you need to accept that that happened, that life took on a different course, and you need to forgive yourself and to accept that you can never go back, that you will never know what could have been, and to accept the loss from then until now, instead of trying to fix it, to be perfect enough to everyone, to be perfect enough to everyone around you, to please people, to basically overcome, right? What you're doing is you're trying to overcome this guilt that you carry inside, that maybe you could have done something different, anything different. And then we live our life with the regret of what could have been. We're mourning a life that didn't happen and that can never happen. And we're doing that, and we're missing out on the life that is right here, right now. And you're saying, but I don't want the life that is right now. I want the life that could have been. And that's the healing work. That is the healing work. When you continue to hold on and say, but I want the life that could have been, not the life that I have, you are forever living in the past. You're forever living in the guilt, the shame, the blame, and the unforgiveness of yourself. And until you're able to say, and this takes a lot of healing work, it's not just a matter of saying it, until you're truly able to say and feel, I want the life that I have now. I can choose now. I can love now. I can be now. I can do all these things now. I can make the life that I have now have meaning. I can become what I want. I can put one foot in front of the other. I can create a new story from here. Yes, it's harder. Yes, it went off course. And yes, maybe it never should have happened. But as long as we hold that in our hearts, we're married to a life that cannot exist. We're married to a past that we can't set down. And if we can't set down that past, that dream, that vision, we will forever be living there. We will forever waste our now. And so we have to learn how to accept that it happened, that it is, that we are here now, and we have to choose every day what we do with our moments. Do we live in anger and resentment and fear and blame and shame over what never was? Or can we accept what is, let it go and say, I'm me, I'm still me, and I have a choice, and I can get better, I can be stronger, I can love harder, I can dream bigger, I can become more. This can push me to become more than I ever was, because now I can see that if I don't do it today, if I don't choose now today to dream bigger, to love harder, to expand further, one day I will look back at this moment and say, could I have done anything different? Right? We will never be able to go back to that moment, to those moments, to those days. We will never be able to change it. And so the forgiveness work is in forgiving yourself and just accepting that it happened, and today is a new day. Today, letting go of the dream of that life that should have been and claiming the life that is now. Claiming the life that is here in front of you now. What are you going to do with today, even if you're in pain, even if you have illness, even if you're struggling? How are you going to be the best person you can be, to experience the most you can, to love the hardest you can, to expand, to grow, right? Instead of shrink away from, close off, we want to expand, we want to become more. What things can you do for your health that push you forward, that move you in the direction that you want to go? What dreams can you start? What hobbies can you look to? What ways can fill you now, just as you are? Don't turn away from your feelings today. How can you feel them? How can you allow your feelings to swirl over you and to feel them instead of shut down or run away or be angry or cry or lose yourself in regret and sorrow of the past? How can you stand and allow those feelings to swirl and own them here and now, to feel them, to allow yourself to feel them, to watch them pass through you, to know that they won't swallow you up. You are okay, you're still standing, you are still here, and the reason you're still here is for a purpose. And as long as you have breath, as long as you're still here, as long as you have not given up, it means that you can claim today. Every day you can claim today as the day that you claim your life now, that you move forward with your life right now, and that you forgive the past. And remember, forgive isn't to let off the hook. It's to accept. It's to accept that it happened, it is, it did, and to forgive yourself and absolve yourself from any chance, anything that you're still holding on to that says, I can go back and change this. You have to let that go. That is the work you have to let go. You have to choose today. I can't go back. I can go forward. You can do something. There is power, but it's not in going back and changing. It's in going forward and changing. Okay, this is very powerful. You want to be able to go back and change, but you can stand now and you can go forward and change. You have the same power. You have to use it in a way that's constructive. You have to choose for today, right? You have to be able to take all that energy that you're holding and that desire that you wish that you could live that life that you always wanted to, if only you could go back. And you could say, I have this desire of this life that I want, that I can live, if only I can move forward. And moving forward is bravery. It's taking that step today. What can I do today to literally, actually change this, to move in the direction that I need to go? What goals can I plan? Who can I love? How can I open? How can I feel? How can I become the dream version of myself, that version of myself without going back? There is only forward. So don't go back, go forward. Go forward with forgiveness and love in your heart, and let go of the idea that your power lies in figuring out how to go back and change it. Your power truthfully lies in figuring out how to go forward and change it. So I hope this video has been helpful. Forgive yourself. It is time to forgive yourself. Watch this video again if you're confused as to what forgiveness and letting go really means, so that you can stand in your full power and choose for today and go forward for tomorrow.